Hi everyone, my name's Ashley, and today I'll be telling you the story of Icarus. If you know who he is, good for you. If you don't, well, keep watching, because there's quite a lesson to his story. So, without further ado, let's get on with the story. It's story time. A long time ago in Athens, there lived a very talented craftsman named Daedalus. He was basically a genius that invented bathhouses, carpentry tools, and made amazing sculptures. But he got so paranoid of other people being better than him, and out of fear, he murdered his nephew, who was also a rising star in the craftsman industry. Of course, when you murder someone, you had to be banished. So Daedalus was banished to the island of Crete. Over there, he was welcomed by King Minos and continued to build many brilliant inventions for the king. He led a pretty good life and even had a wife and kid, which turned out to be Icarus. With every invention he built, he pushed the boundaries between humans and gods. But one day, that really backfired against him. Long story short, he aided King Minos' wife, Pasiphae, in having relations with a bull, and she ended up having the Minotaur, a half bull, half human thing. King Minos was really ashamed and pissed of the deed that his wife did. Honestly, I wouldn't blame him. Back to the story. And instructed Daedalus to build the labyrinth to trap the Minotaur inside. Unfortunately for him and his son, King Minos trapped the father-son duo on top of the tower above the labyrinth to prevent them from telling anyone the secret in the labyrinth. In my opinion, killing them would be a much more easier option, but this is my story. Anyways, Daedalus wanted to find an escape from the island. The sea wasn't an option as the King Minos owns the harbors, but then he had an idea. The air could be their escape route. So over time, he collected all the feathers from the birds that stopped on the tower and bounded them together with wax from the candles. And sooner or later, he made 2 pairs of wings for him and his son to escape on. Before they took flight, Daedalus warned his son not to fly too close to the sea, or the feathers would get wet and he would basically die. If you flew too close to the sun, the wax would melt and he would also fall to his death. Once the instructions were given, the both of them leapt from the tower, and they flapped their wings as hard as they could. And sooner or later, they were soaring through the skies like gods. Icarus was filled with the exhilaration of flying, as no human had that ability before. It was a power exclusive to the gods. He felt so powerful that he began to soar higher and higher. But of course, the closer he got to the sun, bits and pieces of the wax in his wings melted, and he fell to his ultimate death. The end. So, what's the moral of the story? Icarus' story basically tells us that too much of a good thing sometimes becomes bad. When people tend to be overambitious, it ends with them basically destroying everything. So basically, balance is the key to everything. We should not be too greedy and want everything, nor should we be too fearful and avoid everything. Nowadays, Icarus is used as an expression when someone is overambitious until the point where they have a problem. Some of my favorite ways that pop culture has used Icarus as an example would be in TV shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
We've done it, sir. If we stay on this pace, I think we'll finish on time.
I think we should keep going. Make the office even more efficient.
Sir, are you familiar with the story of Icarus? He didn't know when to quit. He flew too close to the sun and his wax wings melted and he died.
Or in music, such as Hamilton.
Do you know what Angelica said when she read what you'd done? She said, you have married an Icarus. He has flown too close to the sun.
I think it's such a creative way people have incorporated Greek mythology and a saying and basically just put it all into into entertainment basically. So I hope you guys enjoyed my story time and hopefully you learned something. Thank you very much and bye bye.